Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me for my action steps on from the message Overcoming the Post-Christmas Killers. Uh, that's a rotten sermon title for a pretty rotten event recorded here in Matthew from this I can condemn and suggest demonically manipulated person named Herod. And what we learned from him were some very important life lessons about satanic counterattacks. So for our follow-up, we want to make sure and read the scripture. Now, all of these passages that we gave you, and they're also in the bulletin and they're on Facebook, are parallel passages to the principles we talked about here in this passage that this passage highlights. And these are all more on the positive contending action steps, joy side of things. We're going to overcome. We're going to resist the devil. We're going to put on the whole armor. We're going to experience Jesus' joy and not let the devil kill, steal, and destroy it. So that's true of all these passages except the First Peter passage, which specifically talks about how Satan roams the world like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour and how we need to resist him. So those are good, encouraging passages I think you'll appreciate. So the second action step is understand the killer's methods. Any area of your life that you have blamed God or someone else for the trouble, problems, difficulties, rather than the real enemy, spend some time thinking about that. Stop. Challenge that with the truth. Identify the real enemy. And then choose to fight him, contend him, resist him, and he will flee. Third, any anger for over a day. Remember this passage, be angry yet sin not. Remember Joseph and Herod both had the same emotional experience of intense thumos, whirlwind anger. And Joseph stopped, thought, did what was right. Herod, on the other hand, lashed out in paranoia vengeance, frankly, his whole life. Definitely with these kids trying to kill Jesus. So we're going to have things that happen that make us angry. That's why it says be angry. Anger in and of itself isn't wrong. It's what you do with it. Use the energy to attack the problem, not other people. So be angry, yet do not sin, like Joseph. And do not let the sun go down on your anger. In other words, a day. No longer than a day. Process it, use it, learn from it, listen to its messages, respond appropriately, use the energy in a constructive way to deal with the problem, to help the problem, bring a solution, work on it. Any longer than that, reoccurring anger, anger that lingers, anger that you re-feel every day, day after day. What's that do? You give the devil an opportunity. An open door, room to get in, a foot in the door. So process, learn, listen, learn, and respond without sin when you're angry. So to do that, you have to identify it. You have to choose to put it off. But then you have to replace it. Replace it with forgiveness, compassion, something good, overcome evil with good. And you have to change your thinking about that, renewed in the spirit of their mind. And a big way to change your thinking is to identify the real source of the angering problem. It's not the other person, it's not God. It's our enemy, and he loves nothing more than you to let your anger take over and be like Cain, first person that evidenced an angry attack on another person, beginning of the Bible, where he rose up and killed his brother because he was angry. So no longer than a day, no longer than a day. Don't give the devil an opportunity. So I hope that helps. I hope you'll take time to do those 3 things. Have a great week.